video is multiplying and dividing rational expressions, but it's a special case involving factoring of perfect cubes and a reminder of how to group. So at the top, and you might want to pause this and write these down because it's probably been a while since you've used it, but note at the top you have your perfect cube formulas that you at one point or maybe hopefully still have memorized. So if you have the sum of two perfect cubes, for example x cubed plus 27, you can then factor that down to x plus 3, a plus b, a squared minus ab plus b squared. And vice versa, if you have the difference between two perfect cubes, that factors down as follows. So take a second, and I'll utilize this in just a second. But if you look at the problem below, it's a big one. I have a fraction, a rational expression, times a rational expression divided by a rational expression. So I'm going to factor everything out, because of course we want to cancel. Note I'm dividing here, so I'm going to end up flipping this one. Also note this one, in fact I think I'll do that right away, is over 1. Alright, so the first fraction, x minus 4, does not factor, and that's fine. Sometimes they don't. The denominator is x cubed plus 1. So x cubed is a perfect cube, 1 is a perfect cube. I'm adding them, so I'm going to utilize this formula. So my a would be x, my b would be 1 because 1 cubed is 1. So a is x, so I'm going to have a plus b, which is going to be x plus 1. Then a squared would be x squared minus ab, so that'd be minus 1x, and then plus b squared, which would be plus 1 squared, which of course is 1. Then times, I can factor this one we can't factor it. There are no factors of 1 that add up to negative 1, so that one is as it stands. And the last one, notice you have 4 terms, and maybe you remember how to group it, and I'm going to flip this after I finish. So if I group the first 2 and group the last 2, and I'm going to change it to multiply by the reciprocal. So if I take out, I can take out x squared from the first one, and that'll leave me with x minus 4. And I can take out, well, notice I already have x minus 4, and that's what I want, so I'm just going to take out a positive 1 so that doesn't change. Then, if you factor out an x minus 4, and I'm going to put this down here, because remember I'm dividing by the reciprocal, so if I factor out an x minus 4, that will leave me with x squared plus 1. And then the denominator was x minus 1, but I'm multiplying by the reciprocal, so that becomes my numerator. So everything is factored out as much as I can, and I'm going to cross out stuff that cancels. So my x squared minus x plus 1 cancels out. X minus 4 cancels out, and that is it. So if you look across, all the way across your numerator, I have an x minus 1 left. And look all the way across your denominator, I have x plus 1 and an x squared plus 1 left. And do you have to FOIL out that denominator? No, you certainly don't. So that's good.